on Coast TV News.
Flood mitigation focus coverage on the battle against Reed Avenue's frequent floods, the community's response to new proposals. Medical milestone, healthcare is coming to Millsboro with new BB Health and Tidal Health campuses. How this expansion is going to bring cutting-edge care right to your doorstep. Minos Conaway caution. The new signal at 9 and Minos Conaway set to enhance safety, the impact on local travel. And cultural crescendo, how the Delaware Symphony Orchestra is celebrating Latin and Hispanic-inspired music.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Finding ways to solve flooding on Reed Avenue in Dewey Beach. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with what locals hope is an end in sight to one of Dewey's chronic issues. Flooding on the bay side of Reed Avenue has been an ongoing problem for years, says the town of Dewey Beach. Today, the town met with 2 engineering companies to find solutions on how to improve storm drainage on the street. Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Dewey Beach. Elisa, sometimes the street is dangerous.
Charlie and Maddie, I spoke with one man who lives here on Reed Avenue who said that water sometimes can get up to 6 to 8 inches on the street. He said while most of the houses are elevated, other personal property like cars can be damaged during a high tide.
Drew Martin lives on the bay side of Reed Avenue year-round. Martin says every high tide, especially during the fall season, causes flooding. Martin says Reed Avenue experienced its worst case of flooding yet this fall, and water can sometimes be 6 to 8 inches deep on the street.
Well, we worried that it's just going to keep getting worse. And again, we're not worried that the water is going to flood our home because we're elevated. But it gets to the point where you could have damage to your car. And again, your services, if you're trying to get packages delivered, you're trying to get your mail delivered or your trash picked up, all of a sudden the trucks won't come down the street because they're too flooded.
The town says the current problem is water is coming through the drains and onto the street. The town says it has tested different drainage methods in the past, but nothing worked. On Wednesday, the Infrastructure Committee met with 2 engineering companies who proposed new plans to help keep water from the bay out of the street.
What we're looking at is several different options. One is putting flaps back in. One is putting another barrier around the storm drain pipes themselves. And the third one is actually putting a pump station in that'll help alleviate the water when it's on the street.
The town says finding a solution for the flooding and drainage problems on Reed Avenue is not a simple task because it only sits 1 foot above sea level. The town says it has also requested a grant through Senator Coon's office to help address the problem on Reed Avenue.
After listening to the 2 proposals, the committee selected one company for the project to present to the commissioners. The commissioners will then decide the future of the project in December. In Dewey Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Elisa. Flooding mitigation on Reed Avenue has always been a conversation for the town of Dewey Beach. The town's infrastructure committee had a meeting back in January. During that meeting, the committee voted to recommend an almost $130,000 project to combat flooding. That project includes removing and replacing flap valves at Reed Avenue Bayside Outfall.
The town of Dewey Beach is also considering making changes to parking regulations, all to increase revenue. The town says it's possibly voting whether to reduce or eliminate free parking in the evenings. Now, the current free parking times are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 5 to 11 p.m. This is summer season, of course. The meeting on maybe changing this is going to happen Tuesday at 4:30 p.m.
A Bridgeville man is in custody on multiple felony charges after he allegedly led police on a chase. Troopers say they tried to stop 47-year-old Frederick Daniels of Bridgeville when he was driving on Brickyard Road without one of his headlights on. But Daniels got out of the car and ran away carrying a brown fanny pack. Daniels was eventually caught and troopers found cocaine, heroin, and other drugs on him.
The Laurel Police Department needs your help finding the man you see here on your screen. Police say they're looking for 26-year-old Jacob Beauchamp from Salisbury. According to Laurel Police, he was involved in a high-speed car chase with 2 other people. Police claim they stole the car at the Hollybrook Apartments on November 6th. Laurel Police say they were able to catch 2 other people after they all ran away and left the car there on the road. Police say if anyone knows anything about Beauchamp's whereabouts, please call the police department.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside our Ocean City 45th Street tap house camera, the Hershey's exterior camera. It's already dark out there. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joining us now with another look at our weather. Good evening, Paul.
Well, good evening to you, Charlie. Yeah, you can always, you feel the change of the season, but a lot of times when you look outside and it's 6 o'clock and it's dark, it lets you go, oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the fall season, and we're feeling like fall today. We're at 55 degrees currently, with the winds only at about 5 miles per hour. Our expectations for the rest of this evening, we're going to go from 50 at 7 o'clock with clear skies down to 49, then 48 for 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And we're going to stay pretty normal for this time of the year because we only got up to 61 degrees, which is actually the norm for this time of the year. That was about 12:54 this afternoon. But we have a significant warm-up kicking off for tomorrow. It's going to feel like summertime. Then we'll have spring showers, and then we'll have winter temps. All that's in your full forecast, which is why you don't want to go anywhere because we're just trying to keep track of all those days, Maddie.
Thank you. New in Maryland, the Department of Health has expanded its public awareness campaign to emphasize the importance of preventing respiratory illness. The campaign is reminding people to get updated COVID-19 vaccines, annual flu shots, and the new RSV vaccine for other adults and pregnant women. The department says the campaign includes statewide radio promotions in both English and Spanish, as well as digital messaging through the department's social media accounts.
BB Healthcare Mobile Clinic will be hosting 2 events at the Union Wesley United Methodist Church Food Pantry. The mobile clinic team says that they will provide free health screenings and overdose prevention training. One event will take place on November 18th. The second will take place on December 16th. BB says no appointment is necessary for both events.
No secret, Millsboro is a growing town. With that growth comes the need for more healthcare services. Both BB and Tidal Health are bringing new campuses to Millsboro. The BB Healthcare campus will be built on Route 113 and Hardscrabble Road. It will offer an emergency room, emergency pediatric services, and other medical offices. The Tidal Health campus will be built on Route 20 and Route 113 in North Millsboro. Tidal Health says it will provide outpatient care. Millsboro Fire Company President Ron O'Neill says there are healthcare facilities close to Millsboro, but really it's emergency services that are really needed right there.
But the number of people coming to town, Millsboro has exploded in its growth here in the past couple of years, and it doesn't look like it's going to be slowing down anytime soon. So those kind of things, not only the infrastructure it impacts, but it impacts us as well.
BB Healthcare says it's currently in the design phase of the project and working closely with DelDOT on a construction schedule. It hopes to open the new campus in 2025. Tidal Health says it's working to break ground in the fall of 2024 and open in 2026.
And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what medical facility does Sussex County need the most? Let's take a look at the updated results from the last news hour.
Take a look at your screen. So far, a majority are saying primary care. That has gone up and up and up every time we've ran this poll, 52%. But trauma center is a second place option there.
Now, if you haven't voted, and you can see there are still some other options on there, you can do so at coasttvnews.com or use our Coast TV mobile app.
Happening now, the city of Lewis and the town of Milton reminding people to run their faucets in case they're experiencing discolored water. The city and town today conducted routine hydrant flushing that often leads to discolored water. Both say people should run the faucet until they see clear water. If you have any questions or problems, contact Milton Town Hall and the city of Lewis. Attention drivers, road work happening tomorrow in Rehoboth Beach. The city says the work will be in Scarborough Avenue from Christian to Hickman Streets. According to the city, crews will be milling the road. Work will continue on Friday. The city asks drivers to avoid the area if possible.
Also new with the city of Rehoboth, commissioners appointed Delaware native and Lewis local Alexander Burns as the city's new solicitor during a special meeting that was held on Monday. The city says Burns is an associate attorney with the law firm Baird, Mandalas, Brockstedt, and Frederico. According to the city, Burns replaces Glenn Mandalas, managing partner with the same firm who had served as city solicitor since 2006.
If you drive down Route 9 near Conway, you'll notice a new traffic light. Not quite active yet, but people who live nearby have been looking forward to it for months now, and soon they'll be in operation. Live there in Lewis is Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert. Charles, neighbors say the intersection is just a dangerous one.
Maddie, nearby neighbors told me today that this intersection behind me here at Minos-Conaway Road and Lewis-Georgetown Highway makes them nervous to simply leave their neighborhood. Now, these lights behind me here are expected to go active on November 17th. Unfortunately, this intersection here is known to be a dangerous one, as last year on Christmas Eve there was a fatal crash that killed 3 members of the same family. And neighbors say this light cannot be active soon enough.
It's been a dangerous intersection. It's very difficult to get in and out of, so it's the best thing that's happened in a while here, so we're very happy.
This light is on the detours one of the detours for the Plantation Road closure, so DelDOT is asking drivers to be aware once this light goes active. I'm Charles Reinert in Lewis, Coast TV News.
Charles, thank you. If you're looking for a summer job, the Ocean City Police Department wants you to know they're hiring already. The department says they're holding a testing session for the 2024 summer season. That's November 18th. Doors open at 7 a.m. The test is being held at the Warwick Community College, Guerrero Hall. Ocean City Police say they're looking for police officers and public safety aid applicants. We have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Trees have arrived in Sussex County for a tree giveaway event. Find out where you can get one.
Well, today may have seemed a little chillier than usual, but in all actuality, it's the only normal day for this week. Coming up, we're going to have summer sunshine and Jack Frost come knocking on our door.
For the first time in decades, a woman will take the Delaware Symphony Orchestra podium this weekend. Where the woman comes from, what it means for her. Don't go anywhere. We have that story in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
The Delaware Symphony Orchestra continues its 118th season with the performance of Musica Bravo. It features Latin and Hispanic-inspired works this weekend in our area.
Telemundo Del Marva and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman introduces us to the guest conductor who's making history.
Michelle Di Russo, who is of Argentinian and Italian descent, moved to the U.S. 8 years ago to pursue her dream as a conductor. And today, she is getting ready to perform at Musica Bravo.
I'm super excited. I feel that I really had a lot of freedom in creating this program and, portraying something that is my whole essence.
Di Russo will be the first female conductor to take the Delaware Symphony Orchestra podium in decades.
It's really wonderful to have her on our podium. And it's also exciting to have a program like this that is so festive and so fun and just a little different from maybe what people normally expect a symphony to do.
Di Russo can't wait to take the stage and show her community music from different composers.
This program is just everything I could wish for. It's a dream program.
Di Russo hopes people fall in love with classical music in the concert that will take place at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday, November 12th here at Cape Henlopen Open High School. In Lewis, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
Listen, sunshine will make it even warmer for tomorrow, so much so that as you're figuring out what you need to wear for tomorrow only now, you could go with the t-shirt. You know why? We're looking for sunshine in 75. But then, get ready to pull out your coat. While we're thinking about it real quick, be sure you scan the QR code in the corner of your screen because, listen, the temperatures are going to go so high, so low, so quick, so fast, it'll make your head spin. But at least the app will keep track of it for you, just in case you're wondering how I have to dress today, in case you don't remember what I tell you here right now. So we're actually 15 degrees cooler now than we were just 24 hours ago. And even despite that, we're actually right with a normal day today. We had a high of 61 degrees, and right now we're hovering in the upper 40s to 50s. We're at 55 degrees in Rehoboth, the Indian River Inlet, as well as Bethany Beach. We're holding at 46 degrees right now in Selbyville. Currently, we are staying very clear when you take a look at our live radar and satellite depiction of what's going on. Now, we do have this small amount of winds that we're a little bit concerned with along the really the bay, but that's pretty typical stuff for us, actually, about 25 mile per hour winds. High pressure, mainly in control of our weather in this part of the country, so we stay clear for today, but we do have a frontal boundary that will begin to approach us, and that will bring in the opportunity for warmer weather and almost a summer-like spot shower or spring-like shower to pop up by Friday. It's interesting how quickly things are going to change from day to day. Our boardwalk forecast, we're looking at temperatures are staying in the 40s. As far as our future forecast is concerned, listen, for Thursday morning, we'll have the winds out of the south. So we'll start off really like at 59, 60, 61 degrees at the beginning of the day. Then by the afternoon, let's say lunchtime, we're going to already be in the 70s. Don't be surprised if we clock an 80 somewhere for tomorrow. Friday, totally different story. Winds are out of the north, cloudy, gloomy, drizzle, gray, all of that, okay, for Friday morning. And by Friday afternoon, we're looking at widespread rain just about everywhere, particularly after lunchtime, but especially right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon for just about everybody. But as we go into Saturday, we'll still have the winds coming out of the northwest. But look at how these temperatures drop down to 37 Saturday morning in Georgetown, 39 in Millsboro. And that's not even including the effect the wind is going to have on how it feels. So if you're going to rake leaves, Thursday is your day. Friday, ground's going to be too wet. And Saturday, to be quite honest, from my point of view, a little too cold with that wind, okay? But you know what? It's America. You have the freedom to rake whenever you want to, I would gather. So, starry night for tonight, 46, 75. So it's going to be a big time warm up tomorrow. Just as a reminder, 75 at the least. Friday's going to be gloomy and cloudy and all that. By the way, it's going to be slightly milder for us by the time we get to Veterans Day for Saturday in the afternoon, 58 degrees and lots of sunshine. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. Notice Sunday night going to Monday morning, we drop to below freezing.
Thank you, Paul. A native plant initiative is taking place in Georgetown. The Sussex Conservation District says it will hold a native tree giveaway tomorrow from 1 to 4 at the Vanderwine Evans Conservation Center on Shortley Road. Trees will be available on a first-come, first-served basis.
Registration now open for the inaugural Horseshoe Crab Hustle 5K and 1 mile fun walk. The Delaware Center for the Inland Bays says the event is taking place November 12th in Ocean View. The race will begin and end at Bethany Brewing at 7:30 a.m. Organizers say the trail course is around 3.1 miles. Proceeds are going into benefiting the center.
The town of Laurel is preparing for its annual Christmas parade. The parade's scheduled for December 1st at 7 p.m. The town says the lineup will be on Evergreen Drive. Officials say Central Avenue, that's going to be closed. They say the parade route will leave from Evergreen Drive and head north on Central Ave. The route is expected to end at Maryland Avenue.
One more look at our Coast TV poll. We want to know what medical facility Sussex County needs most. If you take a look at your screen, so far 54% of people say more primary care. That's been our #1 answer all evening, but if you haven't voted yet, you can do that at coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. There will be updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
Join us here on Coast TV to watch Sunday Night Football this Sunday. It's the Jets, it's the Raiders. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. and then right after the game, this is important, we're going to have your hyper-local Coast TV news to get you ready for the work week.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Today, Delmar Field Hockey is trying to advance to their 12th state title game in 13 years. Delmar is taking on Caravel Academy in the D2 state semifinals today. In round 2 of the tournament, Delmar defeated Sussex Academy 7-1. Delmar is vying for their 8th straight state championship. Their opponent today, Caravel, knocked off Archmere 2-1 in their last game. The winner of this matchup will play the winner of Newark Charter School and Wilmington Friends in the D2 state championship on Saturday. Tonight on the final score at 10:30 p.m., see which field hockey squads advance to the Delaware State Championship. Moving to the NBA, an Atlantic Division rivalry game. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics are 5-1 coming into tonight. In head-to-head matchups since the 2016-17 season, the Celtics are 15-12 in the regular season and 3-0 in playoff series versus the Sixers. This season, Boston's 5-game winning streak ended Monday with a 5-point loss to Minnesota. Tonight, the Sixers will try to slow down Jason Tatum, who collected his 4th 30-point game on Monday. Philly will also look to Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, who both had double-doubles in their last win versus Washington. Tip-off is at 7 tonight. And check out the final score tonight at 10:30 for highlights, scores, and so much more on the Delmarva Sports Network. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.